I'm a Borg again Christian. Can I interest you in joining the collective? Hello and welcome to The Lucky Roll, an eclectic channel for eclectic games. And today we're going to be unboxing the Star Trek Ascendancy Borg Assimilation expansion set. Now, I happen to like collecting old expansion packs, things like that, and one of my favorite games is Star Trek Ascendancy. Now, if you check out the Game Film page for Gale Force 9, I think there's a way for you to get the entire collection. But nevertheless, if you're a kind of an awkward, eclectic kind of player like myself, and you just like finding these old little things in the wild, this is possibly an unboxing video for you because it has the Star Trek Ascendancy Borg Assimilation in it. Now, I was chasing this one because what this is a strange expansion. It's basically an AI expansion. The Borg are a faction that play themselves, and they're just a threat to all the players in the actual game. So if you have only 2 players, you can actually get your 3rd player by bringing in this expansion, and the Borg will just go and act the maggot and do what the Borg do. Or if you have a big, huge kind of war going, like say with the Dominion expansion or anything like that, you can just have an extra hazard for everyone with the Borg doing their thing in the middle of it, so forcing unexpected ways and different kind of hazards and threats in the actual game. So no further ado, let's unbox this and see what we have inside. So unboxing this for the very first time, we are greeted with, by the way, I love the decor, the size, like it's a Borg cube that you're going out and looking at. We are greeted, of course, with the instructions and the rulebook. So there is 18 pages in the rulebook. Now, of course, this is a automated game, so you're not playing as this particular faction. You have Borg cube, Borg spires, assimilation nodes. So the Borg are not controlled by a player, but represent a threat to all players. So I'm just going to zoom in on this a little bit. If at any point the Borg have 5 spires in play and need to place a 6th, they've defeated the players. The Borg have conquered the galaxy and all players have lost. Civilization may survive in small pockets of futile resistance, but the Borg have become too strong to stop. To win the game, a player needs to achieve an ascendancy or supremacy victory by holding back the Borg threat. If there's only one player left who hasn't been assimilated, they'll need to win before they're absorbed by the collective. So, they are nasty. And they even have rules here for home systems assimilation. So if a player's home system is assimilated by the Borg, they've been fully absorbed into the collective. The Borg collective assimilated all their technology and tactics. Resistance will at this point be futile. Remove all the assimilated players' remaining ships, and for each system they control, remove their control node and place the number of warp tokens in the system equal to the number of resource nodes in the system, marking them as a level 1, 2, or 3 independent civilization. These systems can be invaded or taken via hegemony by the remaining players or assimilated by the Borg. So a player whose home system is assimilated by the Borg has become one with the collective. After a player is assimilated by the Borg, they gain some measure of control over the Borg's turn. So even if you're the first one knocked out, you can kind of help push the AI of the Borg, which is an interesting little thing. So each assimilated player receives a different random turn order card and will take a full Borg turn when it is their go. With multiple assimilated players, the Borg will be taking multiple turns every round. So if the Borg get too powerful and they assimilate former players, you can find them kind of working against you. So that's a really cool little idea. So I won't go into the rest of the actual rules, but we have here the Borg, not player board is the wrong way to describe it, but I suppose the player reminder board. And what's interesting here is that the Borg worlds in play is what kind of increases the hit roll. So the more Borg worlds you have, the more that they hit, and things like +1. So they are fairly nasty. We have here some ships, or not ships, excuse me, systems, all unexplored. So we have the Paulson Nebula, We have Onaka, the transwarp conduit, which of course we all see from Star Trek Voyager. You have the transwarp hub, and of course you have the Borg symbol there, and the Agriolus cluster. So I'm just going to put these to one side. We also have another transwarp conduit here, which was in the box, and the other two space lanes that were missing. So, and one last one, the electrokinetic cloud. We have research tokens, production tokens. There's no culture tokens needed because the Borg are not interested in culture too much. But what's really cool here, and it just popped out, is Wolf 359 is on this space lane. So that's really cool because that is where the best TV episode of Star Trek The Next Generation was the best of both worlds. And it happened off screen, but there was a battle called Wolf 359 that the Enterprise flew into, and they saw basically a graveyard. The Federation had a fleet there ready to stop the Borg cube, and the Borg cube just decimated them. It's also the battle where Sisko fought from Deep Space Nine, and he lost his wife at that battle. So I think it's kind of a bit of serendipity that this fell out and just happened to be something I picked up from the space lanes. So as you can see, it's a tree space lane. So maybe it's something that does come up in the actual cards, we'll see. And we have here, of course, Borg tokens. We have here, of course, the exploration cards. We'll have a look at those in a second. You have the Borg command cards. So I imagine this is the AI version of the way the game plays. We have dice for the Borg collective, and they're kind of ugly grey metallic kind of dice. Oh, really nice. They have the actual Borg symbol on one side and a kind of, a nice metallic sheen to them. So I have to say, compliments to Gale Force 9 on this one. The dice are pretty cool. We have here, of course, the Borg tech cards. We'll have a look at that in a moment. And we have here the other aspects. So this is the Borg Spire. So I imagine that once the planet has been taken over, you place this on it, and you have what I presume are things that kind of, the more of these around the Borg Spire, the more powerful it gets, and the more resources the Borg have to kind of do their thing. And what I like about it is it's quite big. It's significantly larger than any other spire on the game, so players from the other side of the table can see at a glance where the Borg are. We have here a nice big Borg cube, which is, they're nasty looking things. We do have a base hole here, but again, so we have, I think, 5 or 6 of them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Borg cubes. Now there's also 5 what I thought were spires here. So maybe I'm incorrect that the Borg cube, maybe it's not a spire at all, that it's actually just a holder for the Borg cube. So again, that just makes it look all the more intimidating. And we have the bulk of the green resources for the Borg, a few research tokens, and only one little slider for the actual Borg board, because they have only one resource, which is planets. So again, really nice little components, and they stand out. So again, if you're playing against an AI opponent, you want to know where their pieces are. And we have here Borg cubes combat with a shield modifier. So that's interesting. It's just one-sided. So Borg cubes be in combat with 9 attack die. Cubes lose 1 attack die for each hit scored against the cube. When attacking cubes, regenerate 1 die for each 6 they roll, and if cube loses all 9 die, the cube is destroyed. So that's where the dice come into play. So that is, again, pretty cool, because every cube itself is a singular threat. It's rare that you see fleets of Borg cubes, because they're just... one cube is enough to kind of do what it has to do to destroy civilization. We'll have a look here at the exploration cards. So the exploration cards have Assimilate level 1 civilization. So you just develop a resource node in priority order and place 1 warp token in the system marking the level 1 civilization. And then move the nearest Borg cube to this system or place a new cube if there are no Borg cubes in place. So this is how they get into the game. You've Assimilate level 2 civilization, level 3 civilization. Borg cube, place a Borg cube in this system. Hailing from the Delta Quadrant, the Borg have been expanding their research for centuries. So, that's actually kind of sinister that you could just bump into them at any time. Isolated Borg drones, abandoned by the collective, a small group of drones seeks to reestablish their link to the whole. So you draw a number of Borg tech cards equal to your Ascendancy, and you may choose one to develop. Okay. Transwarp Beacon. If there's Borg in play, move the nearest Borg cube to this system. If not, place a new Borg cube in this system. And the Transwarp conduits connect all quadrants. Your presence in the system has alerted their consciousness. Lovely. I'm just going to zoom in a little bit closer. You have the Borg world. So place a Borg spire in the system. Oh, so they are spires. Borg spire in the system. Borg transwarp conduit. So if there's Borg in play, move the nearest Borg cube to the system. Damage Borg scout sphere. Roll to hit with all ships in system. If you score at least one hit, take a Borg technology card. If no hits are scored, move the nearest Borg cube to the system and place a new cube if there's no cubes in play. So that's interesting. By attacking the Borg, you actually get some of their tech. So it's worth kind of engaging with them. Or even if you don't want to engage with them, you do get some kind of benefit from the extra headache they give you. So this is where you kind of, again, the isolated Borg drones, you can rob some of the tech. Borg salvage, draw 2 Borg tech cards. Borg world, Borg cube, Borg world, and more simulating cards and damage Borg sphere. So not too varied, but nevertheless enough to give you a headache. We have here the Borg command cards, and what we'll do is actually we'll look at some of these Borg tech cards. So to see what spoils you can get from engaging in battle with them. So we have, of course, collective dink data linkage. Once per turn you may spend 1 research to issue 1 extra command. You have ramming speed. So in a space battle against a cube that has taken 5 or more damage, you may discard this card and 1 of your ships from the battle to destroy the cube. So it's like Worf's ramming speed, literally quoting Worf, ramming speed at the start of Star Trek First Contact, where Worf, the crazy lunatic, was just going to slam the Defiant into the Borg cube. Central plexus axis, you no longer have to spend a command to attack the Borg. On your turn, you may exhaust this card to refresh one of your commands. Adaptive shielding, at any time you may pay 2 research and exhaust this card to ignore all hits scored against you in a round of space battle. Cortical relay recovery, when you destroy a Borg cube or reclaim a Borg world, take 1 research token for each of your completed Borg advancements. Assimilated cultural archive, on your turn you may take 2 culture and discard the card. Nano data linkage, when you launch projects you may choose to draw advancement cards from any civilization who has been assimilated or not in use this game. Interesting. On your turn you may exhaust this card to add a number of warp tokens equal to your completed Borg advancements. Transphasic torpedoes, you may discard this card to add 2 to your hit rolls. Modified Borg plating, your ships count as having plus a shield modifier 1. Data unicolumn position. In the first round of a space battle, you may discard this card to score 3 additional hits. Oh, very nice. Amassed warp signature, so you can re-roll failed hit rolls. Interspatial manifold axis. In your return, you may discard this card to move a Borg cube up to 2 systems away from its current position. In your lithic pathogen, during the Borg turn, you may discard this card to end the Borg turn immediately, of course. Biological viral warfare. Transwarp conduit data, you may discard this card to add 2 warp tokens to your ships and all feats at warp. Subspace field emitter, when you complete this card, immediately upgrade your shields at no additional cost. Magnetromic charges, so when you complete this card, immediately upgrade your weapons at no additional cost. Nice. Borg telemetry node, exhaust this card during the Borg turn to discard a drawn Borg command card. Differentiated modulation, when you're in combat with a Borg cube, you may discard this card to reset the Borg shields to 0. And re-engineered nanoprobes. Borg cubes no longer regenerate in space battles in which you have ships participating. Now that is a good one as well, because it stops the whole war of attrition, or the Borg winning through attrition by regenerating a dice every time they roll a 6. So we have here Borg command cards. So let's have a quick look at these. So you have Assimilation Expedited. Place a Borg node in all Borg worlds with fewer than 3 nodes. Do not move this cube this turn. Same thing again, move target. Move a cube up to 1 system towards nearest connected developed system. So of course these are the AI aspects for the cards. So move targets, plenty of those. Command aggression. Move cube up to 2 systems towards nearest connected player, ship or fleet. After moving the cube initiates a space battle with all adjacent player ships. Move targets, command aggression. Move target, move up towards nearest connected starbase. Oh, nice. towards nearest connected developed system. Ship or fleet, so move targets, move targets, move targets, move collective, move all Borg cubes one system towards the nearest developed system. Move target, move collective, move target, Polarian field disruption. The Borg turn ends immediately. Do not move this cube or draw a command card for any remaining cubes. Command aggression, command resurgence. Give the Borg the turn order 10 card, and at the end of this game round, the Borg take another full turn. Oh, nasty. Collective linkage. Move all Borg cubes up to 2 systems towards the closest Borg world and build up to 2 Borg nodes on each Borg cube world a cube reaches. And again, so what I like about that is the AI aspect of the game seems to be very straightforward, which is exactly what you want in a game with multiple players, and especially one with an AI player that, you know, they're a threat and a hazard. They're not there to kind of win the game, but they're there to kind of make the game more interesting for other players. So the fact that it's straightforward is very good to see. So again, this is the expansion of the Borg collective versus everyone else, really. Now, I also had a vested interest in picking up these extra aspects of this game because I'll be playing a huge version of this game in September at a local convention in Ireland called NaveCon. So I'm quite looking forward to it because we will have an epic battle with Cardassians, with Breen, with the Federation, with the Klingons, with the Dominion, and with the Romulans, along with the Borg in the mix, just to make everyone's lives miserable. So, again, I'm very much looking forward to. So, as always, if you enjoy these videos, please like, subscribe, all that good YouTube stuff. And until next time, this is Sean, signing off.